This is the hydraulic steering cylinder from my John Deere 970 compact utility tractor, and it started leaking from here. So I have a buddy that had repacked several cylinders on our tractors, and right now it's in the middle of harvest season, so I couldn't get him to do it. So I decided I was going to attempt this on my own. I watched several YouTube videos, and they look pretty straightforward. The problem that I had encountered is trying to get this out to get to my packing, and it just wouldn't come. All of them that I saw on YouTube, you needed something and you unscrewed this, and that's how I got, you see right there, it's all roughed up because I tried unscrewing it and that was just not happening. So I ended up pulling it off the tractor because it probably would have been, if I knew how to do it, I probably would have been able to leave most of it, just disconnect this end from the tractor and get it out. But since I didn't realize how this particular cylinder came apart, I ended up taking the whole thing off and I brought it to him. And it was really a lot simpler than I thought it would be. So basically, this ring right here, the snap ring, I took this one off first, and there was a little gasket that went, it held a gasket in here. Now what I didn't know is about this ring. This was keeping it from pulling out, and so it wedges on the inside, probably somewhere in there. And in order to get it out, what he did is he took a big hexagon-shaped punch and put the punch up against there and hit it real hard with a hammer, and it pushed this whole thing down into the cylinder. And then he was able to take this ring here and pull it out, and then the whole thing comes out from here. There's one other thing I want to show you. I'm one-handed, so I'm gonna have to put this down. Okay, so I just pulled it out. This is what it looks like on the inside. Okay, so you see this nut right here? I had a hell of a time getting this out, and let me show you. Well, I'll tell you why. It's because it had some Loctite in it that came from the factory, so I had to use an impact wrench to remove it, and it didn't come off easy. So this side here, I was able to put a wrench on that side, impact wrench there, and it took a while, but finally it came. The last problem I encountered was whenever I ordered all my parts from John Deere, I had looked up the part for the 790 steering cylinder. This is the part number right here, steering cylinder, and this is the diagram here. Anyway, there's no parts listed. All that had was the price of the cylinder, which was like over $1,000. So the guy at John Deere told me, well, I'll have to research and look up all these little pieces, and so he told me it doesn't come in a kit. So I went and got my parts and everything, and once I finally got it taken apart, I realized that no, he was wrong. That's not the correct thing, because it had he gave me probably 12 different seals and rings and stuff like that. So I did some looking, and I looked up John Deere model 670 4-wheel drive, and this is for the 4-wheel drive model, and lo and behold, it was the same hydraulic cylinder. It may have been a slightly different model, because on this one the hydraulics hook up on the end, and on the diagram of that one it hooked up, it was made to where it was right about in here. There was a little block with the hydraulic fittings on it, but the inside is still the same. So I returned the parts, and that one did have the breakdown, and it had the kit. This is it right here. So I got the correct kit. So now I'm ready to put it all back together. I'm gonna replace all of these. There's a seal inside this that you got to make sure to get out. And I'm gonna put the screw this back. I'm gonna put the Loctite back in it to make sure that that it doesn't come apart, because I guess if it came from the factory with Loctite in it, it's gonna need Loctite to whenever you put it back together, so it don't come apart. Anyway, after it's you got all your seals, I'm gonna slide it all back in here, and then put the ring in, and then you have to take it and pull it hard back up to make it lock back into place. And then I'm gonna put it all back together, and hopefully that works. I'm not gonna demonstrate how to take all the seals off. I'm sure y'all probably looked at some other YouTube videos. It's pretty straightforward. Just take them off one at a time and replace it with the ones that match. My buddy did tell me to make sure whenever you put it back in to lubricate it with some hydraulic fluid, just to keep the seals from tearing or ripping or getting damaged. So hopefully this helps you out, because I had problem after problem, and hopefully my problems are solved. And anyway, if you see this video posted on YouTube, it means that everything went back together and the project was a success. So anyway, the biggest problem was trying to get this out. So like I said, the punch was used to tap on the top of this really hard with a punch and hammer, and then this ring right here was removed, and then the whole thing was able to come out of the cylinder. Anyway, that's it for today.